everybody, welcome to another episode of the weekly debate / discussion show, #shout with your hosts. The Lone Walker 1.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm okay, thank you.
Absolutely, the pirate pimp and the designer of all our merchandise.
Can't get Facebook to work worth a damn, but there you are.
Who can ever... And with us, the Geek King, patron sin, socially awkward, the maniacal mod, dictator of DC, the master of Marvel, and many other nicknames which you'll share a few of which now, probably.
The nasty nerd that you could use a load of losers.
Yeah, exactly. I can't think of anyone that has more nicknames than you other than maybe the devil.
Beelzebub, Ryback.
And of course, there's myself, SteveJones313, the producer of the show. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And right, obviously we're going to be having our tweets of the week to share. We're going to be talking about some entertainment news.
Yeah, some entertainment news.
And I was going to talk about a lot of stuff happening with the British government right now in the news, talking about the government, how it's dealing with benefit. And you know what? I don't want to bring this depressing shit on the show, so I'm just going to say this: British government suck dicks. Right, so that out of the way. That was an early news bit.
That's just the straight ones.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just I really could go on with it, but dear God, the subject depresses me, and I'm sick of depressing myself, let alone everybody else. So instead, I'm not going to be bringing up any random news, you know. So instead,
Works for me, yeah, fun.
Yep.
So I think what we're going to do, all of us armed with Iron Brew and Mountain Dew, and one of us was armed with some kind of sports drink. But no way you can have some Iron Brew. We shall march straight into our first segment. Geek, please introduce us to this segment.
As I did before.
No, I was mentioning that we were going to do that.
Oh,
But now you're leading us into it.
Leading you into it.
You're going...
No. Holding your hand while we go into it.
No, as in... Right, okay, put it this way.
We're supposed to seduce you with candles and music before we...
Imagine, you remember? Do you remember the first live episode of? Well, not the first live episode. But do you remember the first episode of Monday Night Raw? Vincent Mann gets on the mic and says, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw."
Yeah.
You're that, but for Twitter. For the Twitter thing.
You're that, but for the Twitter. Yeah, the Twitter thing.
Yeah. So that's what we need you to be.
Okay, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
No, I don't want you to say Monday Night Raw. It's.
But you just said I was that.
Yeah, but the equivalent for our segment, which is, you know...
That's right. It's time for the Biggie Langston update.
No, not the Biggie.
Otherwise known as...
Yeah.
Tweet of the Week!
So, Adam.
Pardon me.
That was from Biggie Langston. Impressive that you learned how to spell that. Even more impressive that you knew how to pronounce it.
It's BLERURGH.
Our first tweet comes from @JossWhedon.
Yeah, that's actual drops.
Yeah, Doc came, gave me pills. Don't know if they're doing anything. Unrelated sidebar. People all look like quivering bacon blue strips.
That was the best thing you ever did against Twitter.
Our second tweet comes from @DeweyRowlands.
Rowlands.
Yeah, way overwhelmed by all the birthday wishes. I'll eat an extra slice of birthday pizza tonight for every tweet I get. #believe in the pizza.
Believe in the pizza!
I could go for pizza.
Regular favourite.
Next week we'll do pizza on the show.
Regular favourite for the segment. Biggie Langston.
Yay!
When I expire, I'd like to be devoured by hyenas who will in turn be fed to my children. Circle of life type of stuff. And our final tweet comes from @AJ Lee.
Ooh, hello.
Yes.
I quietly watch Kane eat the peanut butter and jelly sandwich today, so basically the rest of the week just goes down.
I don't know why that tickles me so much.
I know. It's just a little kid just sitting there just like, no.
No, but the idea of Kane doesn't have like a bologna sandwich or a steak sandwich. Like you always see them eating like some properly. I don't know how I went bologna, but you know, like a meat sandwich because they've got to build it up for work, and that's what they do. I'm gonna have myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Just a bit of peanut butter, a bit of jelly.
What's one of your favourite kinds of sandwiches?
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
There you go.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich. Where it?
There you go.
There you go.
Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut jelly is etc.
I'm pretty certain we owe someone $10 now.
Yeah, Family Guy can fuck up.
I don't think it's Family Guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
I assure you, it's been around longer than Family Guy.
Yeah, but Family Guy's been around twice. Well, they just cancelled. Like
my ex. Anyway, actually, twice is a bit generous. She's been around a few times. Anyway.
Where'd you go?
Just in a quick update, basically, last week we did leave you guys with a question about which person should be the next Doctor Who, i.e. once Matt Smith leaves as the Doctor, who should replace him as the new Doctor. We'll be looking at your answers next week. David Tennant is not an answer that can be acceptable. So, we'll be looking at that next week. What are you two laughing at?
I look right. I swear to God, right? I'm at my laptop like that, right? And all I see is geekiness.
Right. So anyway, so we're still looking for you guys to let us know who you think should be the next actor to play the role of Doctor Who. So, we've had basically we did get one answer on Tumblr, which was very, very passionate, which was no.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which was like, no, Matt Smith will eventually leave.
But no.
Somebody also made a good point on Tumblr, which is like, people seem to be forgetting about this whole David Tennant thing coming back. It's like, we'll have to say goodbye to him again. I hate you. I hope something horrible happens to you. It's like, thing is, obviously, Geek, this isn't your fandom.
It's not my fandom at the minute. No, I have too many fandoms already.
Yeah.
Not as many as you, apparently, from your recent blogs on your recent reblogs.
By the powers of the Nine.
Right. I know. Right. Here's the thing. There's a guy on Tumblr who's trying to do an art project.
Yes.
He creates all these posters, things. Reblog this if you're a fan of it. And I get why some people find it annoying. Here's the thing, though. It's part of a bigger art project. And I like to be part of art projects and support where I can.
I've done it myself. I just didn't realise he kept doing more reblogs.
Yeah.
And also, are you supposed to reblog it from him?
Yes.
Or are you supposed to reblog from the reblog into count the notes?
You can reblog Merrick, because at the end of the day, he's going to get all the notes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was just going to count the notes or not.
But obviously, people are bitching. It's like, oh, reblog if you don't want to see this. It's like, dude, at the end of the day, chill, because
I put my Marvel one, my DC, my Batman, my Teen Titans, and that, and Supernatural, Firefly. Here's the problem.
Yeah,
I've just listed 6 or 7 there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've just started Supernatural.
Yeah,
I'm 5 episodes into Supernatural.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. I don't need another fandom series. I watch Breaking Bad and nothing happens. You know why?
Right.
The fandom is just TV viewers.
Yeah.
They're not really strong.
But I think the problem, because the guy, like, someone...
Who?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah.
Who is arguably the original fandom?
Yeah.
It's one of the Holy Trinity of fandoms.
Yeah.
And if you want to know the Holy Trinity of fandoms, I'll tell you. Star Wars, Star Trek, who?
Yeah.
Because they all happen around at the same time in different genres.
And they've all crossovered.
They've all crossed over, they've all met each other, and at the end of the day, who, Star Wars, and Star Trek have 3 main things that you need for a fandom. You need to be set somewhere that isn't now.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be on a sci-fi channel.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have the passionate support of geeks, nerds, dweebs, and everyone else in between to a point where they will kill you if you change something they don't like. For instance, Greedo shot first, Kirk speaking like this, Spock being illogical and having a marriage or at least trying to get sex, which is really wrong about it. Although, have you seen Zoe Saldana? I would.
I don't care what
and naming the Doctor. Yes, we know that's a touchy one. We bring all this already, and I also like the fact that if according to my Tumblr, they didn't actually name him.
No, no.
Which was like one of those ones where you're going, ha!
No, here's the problem though. It wasn't on that episode that he was going to be named. It's the special, the 50th.
We'll see how that goes.
On November 28th.
In the UK.
Yeah, in the UK.
I believe it's only a day difference in America though.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's something that I wanted to talk about. This has pissed me off. You've heard me talk about this last on Twitter that said this. You were both who were talking about. But I've seen it elsewhere. People who bitch that, something's come out in America and Britain doesn't get it for like 3 days later. It's like it'd be like a DVD or something.
Game or DVD.
Yeah, and it's like it's 3 fucking days.
It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
Remember, it used to be a video would come out in America 6 months before the cinema got it over here.
A lot of people would go over to America, and while they're in there, they'd buy the game, and then they get back. Because back then, you could play a game on a fucking different region. If you
I had a chip PlayStation. I had a bunch of PlayStation 1 games I can't now play.
We see Nintendo DS, I think, has done like
Universal.
a 360. Start off where you needed, different regions. Then it became Universal. I think they've gone back. Because Halloween 4545 was bitching about it. If I can find the right, I'll stick it in the links. Cause,
I mean, there's just one of those things where, and then people always get pissed off about certain, the differences.
Yeah.
You have to remember, you're a bunch of spoiled little cunts.
Yeah.
Because when me and Boss, particularly growing up, Boss a little bit more than me. There's only a few years difference, but it's a little bit more than me. To the point where we would get something, and it would be amazing. And if you told someone who happened to be, I don't know, gone on holiday to America,
they would suffer.
And what happened? They'd already played the fucker for 10 months and you didn't know about it.
Oh, what? They were always insufferable cunts, weren't they?
I mean, we were looking. I lived in Germany, right? There isn't a cure for cunts. Well done, bro.
Game of Thrones reference.
Well done, bro.
I got it.
But, by the way, season 3 will break your heart.
I've been watching it so far. I mean, I'm up to
No. When they come back on Monday, right? Monday's episode?
Yeah.
It's going to break your freaking little heart. Do you know why? Because I've already read what happens.
Don't break my heart.
I won't.
Studio phone!
Woo! But, Keith, I'm up to I'm up to like it's episode 3 or 4 in series 3. When they give the punishment to
Fiona.
Yeah. That's where I was like, no.
Go watch this for the rest of the night.
It's off.
Yeah.
But
Reek isn't it?
They were insufferable twats. They come out like,
I was in Germany, right?
Yeah.
And we were lucky because in Germany we had American bases around us. All you had to do was drive a few hours.
Yeah.
So we would go there. I'd get an American game. I had a load of videos. I had Toy Story before I moved over here. Like in 96 or 7 it came out, and I didn't come over to 2000. But on video, it was still rare to have. I had Toy Stories. I had all these American videos because we had a video player that could play long play. That's all you needed.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a PlayStation that was cracked, so I had Attitude. Nobody had Attitude, so everyone was brown-minded to play WWF Attitude at the time.
Yeah.
Which sucks because it's one of my favorite ones because it had that was back when when every wrestling game looked the same because it had create your wrestler, create your stable, create your tag team, create your pay-per-view. And you can create your arena in the pay-per-view by changing the colour of the ropes. And changing the lighting and little things. So I had that and everyone came around and we played really random pay-per-views and that. But it was great. But here's the problem. When I came over here, there was no PX. There was no American base anywhere near us.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, I have to wait how long? But I learned to live with that. And then even growing up when I moved up here, there was nothing around here that was American. You go to a game and you find out, so when's the next, I don't know, I'll throw one out, FIFA. When's the next FIFA coming out? Oh, it's out in October. I read online that it came out in August, in America.
Yeah.
You're like, really, FIFA gets in America first?
Yeah.
Surely that's a backwards swing. And they're like, this, that, and you sit there and go, it's only, and now you're going to wait 3 days. Sometimes you don't have to wait anything.
Yeah.
You get worldwide bases now, and people still bitch about things.
Yeah. You know what the worst place is? Australia.
I know. Australia's 7 months behind the rest of the world sometimes.
And not only that, their government is so fucking oh my god.
Yeah.
So look, you don't want to see blood or gore. No, you want to see puppies.
I remember when Iron Man 2 was released.
Yeah.
Iron Man threw up on a website pages international release dates.
Yeah.
Just straight away, when's it coming out in the UK, when's it coming out in the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, great, it comes out May something, right?
Aye.
America got it, I think, a week before, right?
Yeah.
Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Well, didn't get it, I believe, for 10 months after the rest of the world.
It's insane.
I mean, I think China got it before Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Well, China again. Australia has that ridiculous kind of ruling regulations with the gaming. It's like seeing so much gore and blood and all that jazz isn't going to make your kid any more fucking violent.
It's just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
What does make it more violent is
Violence.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
It is the best one in the world, right? I was speaking of like that sort of thing. And even when you started watching Banshee,
no,
you'll love it, Funk. It's a bit fucked up, a bit dark. But here's how I was told about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my dad comes in and goes, "You want to watch that Banshee?" I was going to have a look. It was a good series. It looked like a good series in the trailer, you know. So I saw the advert for it. I was like, "Oh, look, Harry's." And I'm sitting there watching it. Okay, this is interesting. And my old man turns around and goes, "Oh yeah, I was told it was going to be. I was told it was going to be a bit like this because one of the first things you see is like this guy gets out of jail, goes to the pub, and he fucks the barmaid, and you kind of see it.
Alright.
You know, it's nothing like it's not hardcore pornography or anything, but you see it, you know.
Yeah. And
you're like, all right, didn't expect that. My dad goes, "Oh, my mate told me it was a bit." What was it? Oh, a bit pornographic.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing you need to watch for. When someone's a bit described as a bit pornographic, a bit graphic, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, watch for that. Don't tell them that on an age rating of what's Left 4 Dead? What, PG-16?
I think it's about 16.
So PG-16, right?
Yeah.
Which is the English way of saying how old you have to be to play games. I believe it's like protection agent and entertainment gaming industry or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a PG-16 or whatever, probably a teen to mature in America, right?
Yeah.
Don't say you can't have blood and gore on that.
Yeah, apparently in Left 4 Dead 2, they actually turned off the blood and gore.
What's the point of doing that in a zombie franchise?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid.
But, a government has to have something to be scared of.
Otherwise, yeah, apparently it's entertainment.
Yeah, otherwise the people might have freedom, and God forbid that should happen.
It's rated M for mature.
So M for mature, PG-16 over here usually, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be something like that.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, ultimately, I was looking at the Deadpool game.
Which looks amazing.
Right.
I want to lick it.
It's a worldwide release date of June 25th, 2013, right?
You're fucking kidding me.
Originally,
it was a plan for. Originally, they said coming 2013, and the joke was that they sent around. Yeah. By 2013, we mean New Year's Day.
No, the game is due to be released on June 25th, 2013 for Xbox 360 and PS3, while the PC version is set for release on June 14th, 2013.
So they get it early.
I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to lick it, and I'm going to lick it.
And that announcement...
And then lick it.
So it's been announced for June 25th.
I am looking forward to playing that. It looks amazing.
I'd like to point out the time of recording, it is May 30th.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like...
fucking money, yo.
But yeah, it's like...
But I got a job maybe next month, so maybe in just in time.
Can you imagine if they ever released a Game of Thrones game?
They have, actually, for Xbox.
But it's my point is, years ago, that would have been absolutely absurd. That would have been that's going to be June... That would have been like, that's going to be June 25th, 2000, and all the jazz. And we'd be going, we won't get it until, November.
It'll be in time for Christmas.
Yeah. Which is, it was like the old WWE games.
Every year was Christmas.
October was the absolute earliest you could fucking hope to get it in this country.
October, it hit November, you can put it down to Christmas.
And I remember me mate Crackett who's been on the #ToyMarket show before. I remember wanting to give me money and said, "Look, I know you're going to Metro Day. If you happen to see WWE Raw 2, get it." And by chance, it was there. So I was like, "Right, I've got it." It was just by pure chance.
Yeah, let's go released it. You had the money,
and there would be no fucking announcement.
No, there was no big thing about when the new game was coming out.
Exactly.
But you had to go looking for it. I used to go release day with money in my pocket, and just in case, last the year before the game. Which ruined my collection, but I didn't care because you got money if you traded in the year before the game. You got money towards it.
Yeah.
It wasn't very much, but you got money towards it. And I was like, right, I'll trade this in, and then I'll get it.
And that's a fucking laugh and a half these days, isn't it?
Trading games, you get fucked off for it.
Yeah, it's like you can have a game that you've had for like maybe 2 weeks, and it's like one of those games, but because of the way that the games companies work these days, it's like give me £4 for it. It's like fuck.
I traded in a game. I seen someone buy the game, complete it on that night, go the next day and trade it in.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, the guy goes, "I'll give you 20 for it." Right? He bought the game for 40 quid. It was an Xbox game.
Yeah.
It was 20 quid. I only got it yesterday. I completed it last night. I don't need it again.
Yeah.
He goes, "Yes, I'll give you 20 quid for it." He goes, "I can't give you any more. It's what our system says."
Yeah.
He goes, "Fuck, man. Fine. What's the trading value for credit?" He goes, "That's 25. It was 25. He goes, "Sorry, mate. Literally, I'm scanning it. This is what comes up."
You could literally sell that on eBay and make more money.
Yeah, he just goes, "Fuck it," because he was already there. He travelled. He goes, "Fuck it. I'll take the 25 and I'll get." And he went himself and got himself free trading games that he hadn't, like pre-owned games that he didn't need online passes for, which is good news about that before I get the entertainment news. EA are dropping online passes.
Yeah.
So you can buy an EA Sports game on EA game and you won't need to have an online pass to play the pass.
Good.
Here's a problem for me though.
Yeah.
Madden 13, this last year's Madden that I'm trying to buy, still needs an online pass. So I can't get it for cheap.
Yeah.
Although it is online for 26 quid.
Yeah.
So maybe. But he goes, right, and he got these free games, and he goes, bang, he goes, I love them. And guy goes, all right, only comes to 20 quid. It must be free for 20 or something. Yeah. And he goes, so what about that 5 quid that goes, he goes, I can give you that in cash. So he still ended up getting £25.
Yeah.
He goes, I can give you that in cash or store credit. He goes, fuck it, whatever, mate. And he comes out, and I'm sitting going, dude, did you buy that game yesterday? He goes, yeah, man, I completed it last night. It wasn't very good, so I traded it back in. I'm sitting going, they give you 20 quid for cash, 25 for the store. He goes, yeah, man. He goes, fuck, you would have used to get 30 quid. Yeah. Like store credit at least. Yeah. And then maybe 25 in cash. And he's like, I know, man. He goes, it's ridiculous. One day they cut it in half. Yeah. It's just ridiculous, man, what they're trying to do.
Well, it's like, the only thing is, Amazon completely goes against that.
Yeah, I actually had a thing from Amazon about a comic I bought off them ages ago that came up and said an email saying, "Oh, we'll now take your comic back for 10 quid. It only cost me 12." Yeah, but that was like fucking 9 months, maybe a year ago.
As you remember, we've recently replaced our Xbox because it got broken. Just usual bullshit, and. But the thing is, a friend of my folks was selling theirs, and I had a whole lot of skins. And we were trying to work out the value. They sold it for 190. Everything, all the games came up to over 300 with the Kinect, everything. So,
before we even looked at the console.
But in trying to work out the value of the games, because we do, they have all the Assassin's Creed games that have been released so far.
Battlefield, COD, Black Ops.
All the Assassin's Creed games that have been released so far were in this. So we decided, we knew what they originally were. I remember Adam buying them.
But we went for current.
So we want to see the devaluation. So, okay, what they're worth now. And there's very little. There's the first one.
I think it's 14 quid now.
Yeah. But the others were almost
25, 30 quid still.
It's like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Here's a perfect example for you.
Yeah.
NHL 13. Yeah. I'm a big, as you can probably tell by listening to all this already, and if you know me a little bit, I'm currently sitting next to my Philadelphia Eagles hat. It's my NFL hat, and I'm prized. One of my prized hats that took me fucking 7 years to find. Yeah. And it cost me £5. Yeah. That's how good I am. But I'm a big American sports fan. I love hockey. Is my number one. I love American football. I love basketball. Watching basketball a little bit more than playing it. I can play the other two if I can skate. I can skate a little bit, but I'm not great at ice. Yeah. I've never done ice skating, but I can rollerblade.
I'm shit.
I can't shoot for anything when it comes to basketball. I just can't get a basket. But American football, I'm great at because it's a contact game. It's basically rugby with a little less rules. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, and I went to get NHL 13. Which is one I still haven't bought because of the price. NHL 13. Bearing in mind it came out, I want to say September last year. So September 2012. I went to the Xbox market, which is a fucking terrible place to go anyway. 60 quid. on the marketplace.
Wow.
I went, that better come with all the things I need.
Yeah.
And I researched it. You know, your online pass may not come with it. Like, wow, that's an extra 12 quid. Online pass.
Fucking hell.
I was like, wow. So I went, no, I'll have a look at the games. I cannot get it any less than £30. It came out in September.
Fucking hell.
We are now in the end of May. The season for the NHL is in its final stages, and I still can't get it for less than £30 anywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Even on eBay, it's 30 quid. Because people are sitting there going, well, why should I sell it for any less?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck's sake, because you want to get rid of it. But even if I buy an eBay, I still need to buy the online pass.
Yeah.
So I'm still looking at 42 quid.
Because no matter what you pay, it's an extra 12 on top.
Exactly. And I'm sitting there going, fuck.
That's just the state of gaming today.
Although the gaming companies own everything.
But again, Xbox One, that still has me tickled for last week.
PlayStation. The PlayStation return was great, wasn't it?
Well, that's the thing. I've never, ever thought to myself, I'm interested in the PS4.
Until Xbox One announced.
Then I went, you know what? I might check out this PS4 shenanigan.
There's a great thing that was on 4Play, wasn't there? You saw it.
I actually think they should just call the next PlayStation, not the PS4, they should call it the PS...
The PSFU.
Mm.
The STF PSU. And it was...
Actually, nowadays it would be the PES. PSA.
And he comes back with another joke and goes away. But
it's my job!
But, did you see the...
Founder of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
One joke. Cool joke.
But you saw the PlayStation return, didn't you? Reply.
I did.
After the Xbox, and I don't know if you did, Funk. But it was the one that had the PS4 controller.
Yeah.
And underneath, and above it, it wrote, "We'll use your TV too for gaming."
Yeah.
I do love how Sony basically just went, sorry, I imagine the meeting kind of went like this, right? The guys just sitting there just going like, right, so the sales are predicted good. Hey boss, you seen the new Xbox release? No, I've been busy. Well, it turns out, right, they're going to stop your games halfway through for the Sky code notification, right? You can't play the games pre-owned because you have to get a pass, which costs more than the actual game itself. And apparently they're not going to go for indies. Sorry, hang on.
Change everything about the PS4.
Hang on. Someone spiked the coffees. Just check. No, hang on. So this is real? Yeah.
What's the date?
Hang on. So what you're telling me is that they took everything that made them good and they've gotten rid of it. Yeah.
Do you know my favourite fact about the Xbox One as well? My favourite fact. You know what you're buying if you're buying an Xbox One?
What?
A surveillance system for Microsoft. Because you would have to have a mandatory Connect.
Yeah.
A new one, right? And when you want to watch a movie via Xbox, it would scan the people in the room. This is all legit as well.
I know.
It would scan the number of people in the room and then charge you per person. Hide under the couch.
Yeah,
I've had that couch.
Actually, that's what I'm thinking. Just cupboards. See,
It doesn't stop halfway through the movie and go, hang on, the cat's walked in. That's an extra £5.
no, but the thing is though, if the sensor does as was pointing out, read heart rate.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine behind it and just never else behind the sofa, I can see.
Oh shit!
You.
Yeah.
Why don't you have sex?
You get laid.
No, but if it can do that, right?
It turns out halfway through the game, the Xbox will just pause it, come up with a screen that says "Congratulations."
Well, no, you're sitting there.
Woohoo!
It'll play the Lonely Island.
Alright, let me put it across this way.
Yeah.
When I was with my ex,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get through a movie,
Yeah, of course.
right? Because
Does it charge you for the third person?
No, I mean, does it? If they can scan the room and see what's happening in the room,
I'm doing
what was if they scan the room and suddenly, wow, they're gonna die. Someone call an ambulance.
Did you pull that? Well, that's several million potential viewers.
That's just a thought.
I can't.
What if it does?
I'm close, but I can't stop. Why? They'll charge me extra.
What if it does read your heart rate, panics over the increase, calls an ambulance for you?
This movie is obviously too much for you.
There's an emergency service, and they go, shit, that girl, one of them's going to die.
That would be hilarious.
Everyone's sitting there going...
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious if it changed the movie depending on your heart rate. So there you are trying to get off whilst watching Bob the Builder. Just insane.
I've never done that.
Don't be like, you know, right, there was an old Silent Hill game that came with a disclaimer that said this game will change based on the choices you make psychologically.
Silent Hill, yeah.
Yeah. Now that is an awesome concept. Imagine if your Xbox started fucking with you.
Imagine the Xbox turned around and goes, these movies will change depending on your heart rate. But I want to have my heart rate risen. Why? Because I want to get laid.
Can you just imagine though? It is like, right, the Xbox One is programmed to mess with you. So basically, here's what I would do if I was that way. I would program it so that every night at 2:17 a.m. it would make the noise of a fridge opening, bottles rustling and closing, just to confuse the crap out of people.
By 2:17.
Just to mess with them.
Yeah, that is awesomely specific. Yeah. It's not beyond your capability as far as my mind's concerned, because I've known you long enough to know that I've been there for your entire life. I know that you would find a way of fucking with the Xbox. You would find a way. By the end of the first week, the Xbox is going, where is he? Where is he? I'm scared.
What's going to be done this week?
That's just like the idea, right? And just a list of things I would do if I could mess with technology on a general basis. Firstly, right, I would fit you know, like doorbells.
Yeah.
Right. You know how you can get motion sensors? Like get one on the inside of a door and have the speaker at the back, and then reprogram so whenever you open the door, it went Zool, and just confuse people like Zool. Ah!
But hang on, here's the thought, right?
Yeah. Why not actually get Zool?
No,
I've tried.
Here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It sounds a bit. This is how my mind works. It looks for the most complicated answer to the simplest problem.
Of course.
Right, it scans the number of people in the room, and thereby that's how it knows how much to charge for watching a movie, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I'm sitting in a room, the Xbox is kind of in front of me, right? And I'm sitting there so I can also not only pick the movie, but do all the hand motions to make me select the options. I'm assuming that's what it's going to make me do.
Probably, yeah.
Right. If I'm doing that,
it might be voice activated.
Once the movie's playing, it's charged me. So
yeah, it'll probably surely. So surely if you just turn around and went, everyone fuck off, why do this?
Assumingly, it might stop halfway through when, if more people come in the room or something like that.
But surely it can't charge you.
But if it doesn't do that, let's say worst case scenario, it continues playing if no one's in the room because whatever. But it will stop if somebody else comes in the room. Why not have everybody else sit on the other side of the Xbox, right? And you just set up two mirrors. So you have a mirror which is showing the reflection of the TV, but then you have a mirror showing the reflection of that mirror, which will have the actual screen the way it should look. Or set it up as a projector on the other side of the room, and that way you can watch it whilst only one person has to be on the camera at any given time.
I would buy a PS4.
Put simply, instead of connecting everything to a television, connect it to a projector. Then you don't have to be on the same thing as the...
Put simply, buy a PlayStation 4. As Funk just said.
Or just stick with the PS3.
What else the other thing I would do is, I would program...
I'm quite looking forward to PS4.
I would program kettles, right? To when they get the boiling point to go,
That would get so annoying so quickly. What else? When you do it.
What else would I do?
In fairness, that's because you pour it on him.
No, I punch him.
Oh yeah, right. You know those the brass plating things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the carpet stoppers?
Yeah. Here's what I want. I want to dig down.
That's not technology.
Dude, I want to dig down, right? Get a bigger one. And I want to put, you know those the little tins that make the poofy things come out, the snakes. Yeah.
You mean the prank cans?
Yeah. I want to put some of them in the floor on the pressure plates and have them just go boom.
I believe they're called snakes in a can.
I'm sick of these motherfucking snakes. etc.
Yeah.
etc.
Also,
Also,
getting a really horrible look into Anne's world here.
I would fit a motion sensor on the inside of a cupboard or a wardrobe, sorry. So whenever you opened it, it just went hello. And just every time you open a door, just
It's nice to have Alan Rickman just somewhat subtly, flirt with me.
No, if I want to do that, I put it on your bed. And it'd be like, hello, Stephen.
I just go one up and have Snape under your bed.
What else I do?
I do get lonely there.
And it does look like, because you're looking at your laptop now, it does look like you've written a list of things that you. Where's my manifesto and bad
slowly
shit?
come to the realization that Funk is an actual fact, not Captain Mal Reynolds that you looked like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the Doctor or the Walker or the Traveller, whatever you are.
Yeah.
He is an actual fact. Wallace.
No, because Wallace's inventions were all about trying to make life more convenient. His is about making life far more inconvenient
For other people.
In fact, it's more like Q.
Yeah.
He is Q. Now this is not Bond. This is how you can make people's lives very inconventional. Inconventional. Yes.
Inconvenient.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Oh yeah, here's another thing I would do.
Took me a minute, but I realised.
Yeah, you can have an Egypt.
I would have,
Oh,
right,
God.
I would fit a stamp on the back of watches. And, bear with me.
Trust me, we're barely.
Here's what I'd do is, I'd just have a tiny, tiny little penis stamp. Is that what I mean? What I want? Just like, click, and then just like, and then afterwards watch, and like, oh no, tiny penis. And over.
Really, Adam?
Why would you have a tiny penis on your wrist?
Well, I wouldn't do a tiny flower now, would I?
Well, I have a tiny flower and a tiny penis.
I won't give you the tiny penis stamp, then will I?
They both give you a prick, I suppose. But,
That reminds me of a joke about my ex.
but I think.
Well, one of my exes, anyway.
The thing is, that's I would never want Adam to become like a silent because he would do the shit. I would like. He'd want to move.
I do live with him.
If I live by your house, like he comes living with me and all the jazz, and like staying with me for a while. Next,
his mom's kicked him out because he's made too many shitty inventions.
Yeah, he'll do that stupid like I'll open a door and there'll be like a Siberian tiger waiting for me wearing a top hat.
Hello.
Hello, I should eat your face off.
Who's this? It's Thompson. Leave him alone.
Get this shithead out my house. That's my tiger. I wasn't talking about the tiger.
Boss.
The geek. Entertainment news. Oh God.
He's got one more, and then I'll get to the entertainment.
From the Adam Caulfield Shop of Horrors.
Right. So let's assume, right, that I.
Oh, this is horrible already.
Let's assume that I really don't like.
Oh, because you love everyone.
Would this one possibly be named after an apostle?
After what?
An apostle.
A disciple of Jesus Christ, who was totally real.
Yeah.
Go back to.
We on the show have to remind you who you hate. You are like a granddad. Who do I not like again?
The Koreans.
The Puerto Ricans.
Right, here's what I do, right? This is a genius plan.
To this person, I can't remember who he is.
What I would do, right?
I can just say I'm not feeling any kind of anticipation of overwhelmingness over the prospect of this plan.
I would wait, and this requires
Even better, I'll wait.
This requires some element of stealth, but go with it. What I'd do is this: I'd wait until they went to sleep. I'd steal their left shoe. I would get some of the, the little three exploding things.
Yeah.
Put one bag of those in the shoe, the other on the bottom of the shoe, and just like glue them.
The minute you have them on the bottom of the shoe, they'll pop because you've got to put them back down.
Okay, here's what I'm
you
going
can
to
put them on the side.
You can put them on the floor without popping.
So there's what we're going to do.
Then if you put the shoe on top of them.
Yeah,
the weight of the shoe.
I don't think.
Oh, okay. Then better yet, here's what I'm going to do.
Fucking try it. Sit your hands down.
It is.
Okay. Better yet, here's what I'll do. I will take. Right. Remember water snakes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to glue those with super glue to the hands.
To the hands now.
Yeah, onto the fingers, so they can't operate anything.
While they're asleep.
Yeah.
This isn't technology. This is just cruelty and torture.
So once that's happened, once they can't operate the hands, and it's all kind of a squeak.
And they wouldn't have woken up because
You are Gav!
I'll knock them out. Don't worry.
You are Gav!
So while that's happening, what I'll do then, right? You know Chinese finger traps.
oh dear
I'll
God.
attach them to each end of the water snake fingers, so that it's kind of like they're trapped infinitely in something they can't operate and get out of. It's more kind of like water snake torment for the rest
So
of
they
the
can't escape of something they have no control of or ability with.
Yeah.
It's starting to sound like my past relationships.
I was thinking more funks, but you know.
Gesture?
That was cruel.
What else would I do?
No, that was your last one.
No, this is part of the same plan.
Go to this. Nice.
Then what I do is oh right.
I've never seen them before.
I'd get the door open a bit, put a bucket on it
Yeah, okay.
full of shampoo water.
Oh, shampoo water.
Yeah, shampoo water.
Hang on. Shampoo, water are two separate things.
With mixed in.
You soapy
So
water.
soapy water.
Yeah, right. And then the thing is, when he opens, it'll go plump, and then soapy water in the eyes that he can't clear because of the soapy water snaky trap thing.
The soap water stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he won't be able to clear it. So basically, he'll be blind, no hands, running around in the room, confused. At that point, I will have the wardrobe for Snake.
Adam, how do you open the door with no hands?
So you open it a little bit, he said.
Alright.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of like nudge with elbow and then kaploof.
On
And
his
then-
foot.
Yeah, and so that happens.
Right.
And then because it's kind of like trapped like that, and there's no
But surely, since he's an apostle, Jesus will just cure him.
no, because I'm going to write
Or is it
Strongly
this-
word letter to the Times.
Ear Cthulhu on his
Oh,
face,
God's sake.
Yeah, go there.
No,
I don't believe him.
and I might also
Oh, God.
blue tack a penny to their nose, maybe.
You cruel dick.
Yeah, and that is my form of torture for this week. Tune in next week. I'll come up with a better one with more imagination and possibly silly string.
Geek entertainment news, please save the show.
I think you'll find it would be very entertaining.
From mine and Adam's bullshit.
That's the
Alright, quick.
I'm going to actually write the new torture method.
Yeah, no doubt. Quickly, Fast and Furious 6 has broken US box office records.
Indeed.
Became the biggest Memorial Day release of all time, with $98.5 million for the film that starred basically Vin Diesel co-signing with The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. The presence of the hangover-free Star Trek Into Darkness, Iron Man 3, and The Great Gatsby in the top 10 meant that this year's haul easily surpassed the previous record of $223 million back in 2011, with the prior figure yet to come. Iron Man 3's continuing presence in the top 10 saw its overall take sale past $1.1 billion. A remarkable performance that will surely increase the chances of a fourth solo album for Tony Stark, as I saw my own too. Meanwhile, Fast and Furious 7 is believed to happen as well, of course. This time just featuring The Rock. There's a poster out for World War Z. If you're interested, go search Google. New TV spot from Pacific Rim. If you haven't seen it, go see it. John Williams talks Star Wars Episode 7, which is, of course, what we want.
Yes.
John Williams, if you're trying to rack your brain there, is the man who makes the sound. He's the orchestra.
I'm coming up with tortures.
I gather it because you're now no longer listening to me.
Including Velcro.
Star Wars movie wouldn't feel the same without the input of composer John Williams, and happily it sounds as though the old stager will be involved in scoring Episode 7. J.J. Abrams recently revealed his desire for Williams to bring brought back into the fold. Williams has revealed that the two have already met and discussed the possibility. We've certainly talked about that, and I'm happy and willing to do it, says Williams. J.J. will be the director, who will be the director, seems excited about the idea. I have to say that J.J. is a much younger man than I, but I will try to keep up with him as much as I can. Williams, of course, is possibly, I think, roughly 40 years older than him. Neva says he can't wait to see what he would do with it, with his adventures technology. Episode 7 is expected to arrive in the UK in cinemas in 2015. Right, some James Bond news.
Oh God, here we go.
Bond 24 is a girl. That's currently what they're calling the current Bond.
Okay, Keith Sutherland's pissed.
Obviously, it will be changed at some point.
Yeah.
Sam Mendes, who directed Skyfall, could be about to pull off a spectacular U-turn, with reports claiming that the Skyfall director has entered talks with Sony to return to Bond. Mendes has previously ruled himself out of the such a return, citing his commitments to stage productions, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and King Lear, as too time-consuming an endeavour. However, Deadline now claims that Mendes has been in contact with Barbara Broccoli,
Aye.
and Michael G. Wilson with the director back in the frame. It was thought the producers agreed to wait until Mendes completed work on the aforementioned stage showed before production underway. Bond penciled in for a 2016 release date. The news comes off the wheels of rumours of the likes of Nicholas Winding Refn and Ang Lee were being considered for the role. Sorry, chaps, and Mendes is going to be skipped ahead of the queue. Also talks about that was that Christopher Nolan was rumoured to be taking on the director's role of Bond, and that would have been a fucking epic. However, it looks as if we're going to lose that. Tom Cruise has dropped out of The Man from Uncle, the movie remake of the TV series from America. Warner has moved quickly to replace the outgoing Tom Cruise in The Man from Uncle with Henry Cavill, the current Superman, reportedly in talks to join production. Cruise recently dropped out of the project with a view to focusing on his attentions for Mission Impossible 5, leaving Arnie Hammer without a co-star of the TV adaptation. Yes, that's right, Mission Impossible 5 is a go. Man and Uncle is expected to begin production later this year, and it was expected to have a release date at some point next year. Peter Dinklage's X-Men role. Peter Dinklage, of course, those who watch Game of Thrones, is no stranger. He plays Tyrion Lannister. Bryan Singer has released another shot from the X-Men set. Of course he has. It's all he seems to be doing is spoiling the film before the film spoils itself. With a new pitch, this time it was a crew member wearing a jacket marked Trask Industries, a reference to cover antagonist Olivia Trask, who, if I'm correct in my geek knowledge, I may be wrong, I am sometimes, was the man who designs and is put down as the creator of the Sentinels.
I've come up with a new torture method.
Yes, as well. Dinklage still isn't confirmed to be playing him, but with the latest image pretty much confirms it, you know.
There's Bolivar Trask.
That's the one, yes.
Military scientist who's well known as the creator of the Sentinels. His appearance is modeled on that of Walt Disney.
Exactly. X-Men Days of Future Past will be opening in the UK 18th of July 2014.
Can you do me a favour? Quick question. Is it true that there's a new Halo film being made?
That's where the rumours seem to be, yes.
We've reported on that a while ago. They're also looking to make a Portal movie.
Yes, and half.
Could you do me a favour, Stephen?
Yeah.
Could you be a wonderful chap and please throw me my anonymous brand healthy grainy snack? Thank you.
Which, it's awesome.
It's got raisins.
Hugh Jackman said he'd love to join the Avengers. There's been much talk recently about the character of Quicksilver. Yes, I'll be mentioning that briefly in a minute. Don't worry about that. I haven't got it. Quicksilver cropping up in both the Avengers 2 and X-Men Days of Future Past, but apparently he is the only mutant with an interesting spanning both franchises. Yeah, he's been spotted recently on set. Peter Dinklage wearing a big thick patch. Which would go a long way for the role of the film, at least anyway. Olivia does have it, and at least he's not black.
Yeah.
But that's just me kicking off about certain cast members.
Well, again, it's this idea of it's being multicultural in movies for the sake of being multicultural, rather than going for people who are great actors. And so there are great actors. It's you're doing it so you can say, "Oh, well, we're multicultural."
Yeah. Hugh Jackman has talked about the possibility of a series crossover and said that he'd love to take Wolverine into the same universe as Iron Man et al. One of the great things about the Wolverine is that a lot of people from Marvel are here. It seems a lot more inclusive than it has been in the past. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but I think it's fantastic. I actually just asked the other day, I said, I don't know what the legal situation is, but why don't these companies come together? Why isn't it possible? Because personally, I'd love to mix it up with Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man and his kick ass. And kick his ass, sorry. It'd be great. Consistency is incredible. Who wouldn't want to be involved in that? Given that X-Men are the jewel in Fox's crown, we can't see it happening anytime soon. But you never know. Wolverine vs. Iron Man may be one day. Yes, no doubt, once that is long gone. Pardon me. Pirates of the Caribbean 5 lands a director duo. Should it prove a game-changing career move? Co-directors Johan Roning and Espen Sandberg have been appointed by Disney to fill the director's chairs of Pirates of the Caribbean 5. The duo will beat off competitions alike of Robert Sanders and Frederick Bond to secure positions, with both Jerry Bruckheimer, the producer, and Johnny Depp having signed off on their appointment, because apparently the star needs to sign off on the appointment.
Yeah. Which
really pisses me off. Roning and Sandberg are best known for their work on Kon-Tiki, the dramatization of Thor Heyerdahl's epic raft crossing of the Pacific in 1947, which was nominated for Best Foreign Language Oscar. If the duo seem a little bit of a gamble on Disney's part, it's probably worth remembering that Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides was directed by Rob Marshall, who didn't have much experience with tentpole blockbusters, and that film grossed over $1 billion. The script is currently undergoing rewrites from Jeff Nathanson and Roning and Sandberg. Are set to begin work on production towards the end of the year. I haven't really heard any rumours on what this one is. Of course, the last one was The Fountain of Youth. It wasn't a terrible one. But I haven't heard any rumours on what this story could be. So it could be anything. It's basically the ever adventures of Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack Sparrow. And
I still haven't seen on Stranger Tides. I still haven't.
I watched it.
But I still haven't seen Skyfall.
Yeah. And last bit, well, almost last bit. 2 bits of casting news that should surprise a few people in Marvel's world.
Okay.
Now, Marvel have already announced Robert Redford to be in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Captain America 2.
Yeah. Right.
Now, remember, Robert Redford is an Oscar-winning, actor, but no doubt is a legendary actor nonetheless. Correct?
Correct.
John C. Reilly. John C. Reilly is best known for his work in a range of different roles, to put it the least. I know he created Sundance, didn't he, Robert Redford? John C. Reilly, where do I start? John C. Reilly
okay, he's been...
This is Robert Redford?
Robert Redford, he's supposed to be Alexander Pierce for Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yes, sir.
He's been in All Is Lost, The Company Keep, Lines for Lambs,
yes,
as Dr. Stephen Malley, and Unofficial Include Spy Game, Horse Whisperer. He was also the producer and director in that.
Yes.
He's been in A Bridge Too Far, All the President's Men, The Great Gatsby in 1974. He was Jay Gatsby, yep. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid as the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
Back in 1969, which was the BAFTA Award for Best Actor in a Leading Role. He was nominated for an Academy Award in The Sting as for Johnny Hooker in 1973. Right. So he is
Oscar-nominated, BAFTA-winning.
Oscar-nominated, BAFTA-winning, yes. And he's won the Academy Award for,
Best Director.
Yeah, for Ordinary People back in 1980. He's been nominated several times, so yeah. He has won an Academy Award for his directing, but he's an Oscar-nominated actor.
Needless to say, he's in a Marvel film.
Yeah.
Now, John C. Reilly is a name that pops up now and again. He was in Walk.
For me, he's one of the most successful people that shouldn't be successful.
He's a comedic actor who does really stupid comedies. But his drama work is amazing as well.
That's what I mean. He's an anomaly. His
drama work's amazing.
He is the most successful person that shouldn't be successful in my book.
To me, he's one of my favourite drama comedians. Dramatic comedians who can do really dark roles as well. I loved him.
Not Jim Carrey.
Cyrus. Although Jim Carrey's dramatic roles are quite good. Eternal Sunshine and Man on the Moon.
In fairness, I haven't seen Eternal Sunshine.
Man on the Moon, I'm thinking as well, which is basically is him being Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
John C. Reilly has been is looking, so he's been offered a role in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is already filled with Batista, Zoe Salazar, Michael Rooker,
Yes.
and Chris Pratt, which is an awesome name if you know about it.
Mm-hmm.
Our initial thought was Riley would have been tapped for either Groth, the talking tree, or the anthropomorphized critter Rocket Raccoon. This is reported by first by Hitflix and now by Total Film.
Yeah.
But apparently the role has been offered in another altogether. Marvel wants Riley to play the character of Roman Day, the defeated leader of the Nova Corps on planet Xander. Word has it that the movie version will alter the character to see him as a point of act as a point of human contact for the rest of the Guardians. Should Riley take the role, he'll also be joined by his sidekick, with Marvel reportedly eyeing up. Now, here's the thing, right? John C. Reilly, Robert Redford. We're going for big actors here, right? I'm going to name 3 actors for you.
Right.
I guarantee that you will know 2 by name and 1 when I say when you do a Google search.
Right.
Ken Wantabe.
Heard the name.
Right. Ken Wantabe. He played the original person you fought in Batman Begins. That was Ra's al Ghul. Right.
Oh.
So you know the look. You know the guy.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's
I
been
got
other things.
You
know when you see Ra's al Ghul, but you don't know it's Ra's.
Oh yes.
Before it was revealed it's Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And you think it's the Asian man?
Exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Hugh Laurie.
Of course.
Alan Rickman. They are looking for big actors in this film.
Yes.
Right? By a director. Guardians of the Galaxy will open in the UK on the 1st of August 2014. So, John C. Reilly, Hugh Laurie, Alan Rickman, Ken Wantabe. Can't get bigger than that, right?
Right.
Guardians of the Galaxy continues to fill out its supporting cast with a selection of interesting players with Glenn Close,
Really?
the latest in the line of John's growing ensemble.
Really?
Yes.
Glenn Close.
Yes.
In Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
It's recently has been learned that John C. Reilly has been offered a supporting role for a character named Roman Day. Deadline, which is one of the big Hollywood ones, reports that Close is in talks to play one of Day's superiors and the leader of the Nova Corps. Think of her as a kind of Nick Fury figure minus the eye patch. With Marvel eyeing up Hugh Laurie, Ken Wantabe, and Alan Rickman play Riley's number 2, it's shaping up to be quite the eccentric cast. With Close usually, while Close usually brings a touch of class to anything she's involved in.
Yeah.
Mystery. All my life has been.
Glenn Close is lining up to be in a Marvel
I
film.
know.
Do not interrupt.
Shut the fuck up.
Is it just me? See, skeptics are going to say, "Oh, well, they're trying to go for the Oscars next year, so we're having all these stars, these Oscar-nominated stuff." They're going to. It's like,
Or maybe
yeah,
it's just the best scripts that are out there these
Exactly.
days happen to be comic book related movies.
because where do you find more intricate stories?
Yeah. And speaking of comic book related movies and scripts, I broke it a little while ago
Yeah.
that Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch are to be in the Avengers too.
Yes.
It was recently broken over the last week or so that Quicksilver will also appear in X-Men Days of Future Past, and it's been cast.
Yes. We were
Brings
talking
up,
about this last week.
brings up a slight problem of how the fuck are they going to do it.
Yeah.
One suggestion is maybe the guy's just going to be called Quicksilver, but it isn't actually going to be Pietro Maximoff,
Right.
which is what I can live with, because they did it because of the fact, and this was sent to me on Tumblr actually, I can't remember your name because you're anonymous.
Yeah. So.
So, thank you. Was, after all, Psylocke was in X-Men's Last Stand, and it wasn't Psylocke in the slightest.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a name they're using for a really fast character.
Yeah.
I get that, I'll be pissed if it is, but to be honest, the guy kind of looks like Pietro.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a bit miffed.
So, what's the other possibility then?
Other possibility is that they've somehow found a way of making it so that the character is not only licensed to Marvel, but licensed to either Sony Fox for X-Men.
Could it not?
Because the character is not only does he have not only is he a mutant, he has very strong links to the Avengers.
It's also
to the
possible
point where he was one of the original recastings, if you want to use that word. When the Avengers regrouped and brought in new people, the 3 people they brought in were Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye.
It's also possible that they've worked out some kind of deal anyway.
If they have, the fanboys, fangirls, geeks, nerds, and Marvelites themselves will rejoice in the fact that we can have crossovers, because that will mean what everyone's been wanting. Wait a minute, there's these stories that we can't do because these characters will belong somewhere else.
Well, the biggest of all the stories, I would have argued, Civil War.
They're after the Civil War. People are crying for it because they want to see it happen. But here's my problem: is I think it was Jeff Johns who said it. I may have.
I didn't say Jeff Johns. I keep thinking Martian. It's like John Johns.
Yeah, Jeff Johns, the writer for DC, and the current executive in charge of DC Entertainment for him.
I'll find out whilst you're sharing the news. So
it's Jeff with a G.
Okay, so GEO.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that why is it that when you watch a film that features superheroes, the first thing that you automatically want to do is watch them fight each other? They don't just go there and go, right, so you're a hero, I'm a hero, let's kick the bad guy's ass.
Yeah.
No, you instantly, what do you want to do? I want to see him kick his ass. I want to see Iron Man fight Thor. Don't get me wrong, that's amazing. Right? And the way that Cap stopped it was fucking amazing. Or, go ahead.
Yeah, Jeff Johns, Chief Creative Officer since February 2010.
Oh, cool.
Particularly for characters such as Green Lantern, The Flash, and Superman.
Yeah, he basically wrote Blackest Night.
There you
go. He loves The Flash and Superman. I think he did the New 52 Superman, which, as much as I love you, Jeff, sucked.
Carry on.
Why is it that when you see a superhero, you want to see him fight another superhero? Why is it when Batman, when you know the inevitability comes where Batman faces off with Superman on TV? It happens at some point. Why is it the first thing you want to do is go, I want to see Batman punch Superman?
I think it's because villains are written to confront their hero. Yeah. That's why they're written. That is their destiny to do battle. The Joker is destined to do battle with Batman. It's the same fascination of, well, I want to see this villain go against that hero instead. You know, who doesn't want to see what would happen if the Joker maybe got into a tangle with Green Lantern? You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, because that must be like, because if you look at it, ask yourself this question: which ring would the Joker have? And that's a pretty hard one to answer because it's not rage, it's not will, really. Fear is the only one you could bank on.
Fear.
But he doesn't just want to make people terrified, he wants Batman. So maybe fear is the only one he can have. He's not really greedy in the sense, to him, money's a means to an end.
It's not life, and it's not death.
Yeah, so fear is the only one I could think of. Which would make him a perfect opponent.
That's not love.
Yeah.
That's not hope.
It's not purity. So
it's probably the only ring I could see him ever having was fear,
Yeah, but now you put that against Green Lantern. You know what I mean? That would be an interesting...
Which is ironic that you say that Joker would have fear, because if you think about it, the ring that would come to Harley would be love.
Yeah.
Because she's obsessed with... she's in love. Seriously!
What? You're wearing both your headphones in during the recording of the show, dude. We're talking!
Yes.
It's supposed to be part of the show!
Yes. You switch off when I'm ranting.
We're talking about the Joker.
You're discussing the rings. Which one the Joker would have? Of course, it's got to be purity. The only one you can bank on is fear.
Yeah, so now we moved on to Harley. Which I said would be love. Because she's obsessively in love with the Joker. Everything she does is to try and get the Joker back on side.
You know, it's something like that. Or maybe if you did something like, you cross another one, like, what happens if, Shazam has to deal with fucking Darkseid? And that's something like that.
One of my favourite things is in Grant Morrison's Justice League of America, I think it was.
Yeah.
He has there's an issue, and at some point, one of the issues, as it often is in a comic book, he has the Martian Manhunter, John Jones.
Yeah.
Because he can shape his brain.
Yeah.
Shape his brain to the same exact shape of the Joker.
Right.
And then he kills him.
Right.
Because there's nothing in the brain that he can't focus on anything.
Yeah.
The brain moves around that much that he nearly kills himself by changing it.
Wow.
He goes, if we were to turn the Joker sane, it would kill him because of all the things he would remember doing.
Yeah.
If he was sane, he'd die. He'd shoot himself. And it's like, well, man, I remember thinking that going, wow, fucking like the hero's sitting going, he has to remain how he is.
Yeah.
That's just mad, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it's this thing of like, and I think it's that curiosity of like, well, these aren't built, they're written to face each other. So how would that dynamic? It's like that's why these games sell so well.
Yeah.
You know, Scorpion versus fucking Superman, whatever that shit. You know, like Shang-Chi's son versus
Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yeah.
And the main one that had, it was like the focus was Batman versus Sub-Zero, Scorpion versus the like.
Precisely, it's that kind of thing, and
Wonder Woman was Catwoman versus Sonya Blaze.
So it's a thing about superheroes as well.
Blaze,
you know,
Blaze.
it's a thing about superheroes as well. Because obviously the Batman, Superman, that's the ultimate thing in the fandom. But if you look at other ones, say, okay, well, what about Green Lantern and Superman? Many times it's quoted as Green Lantern saying, "I have the most powerful weapon in the universe, which is will." You know, which is great. But pit that against Superman. Is Green Lantern's will as strong as Superman is?
Right,
that kind of
spoilers, not an injustice.
Yeah. So it's like, but now put it this way: is the Joker's ability to cause fear as powerful as Superman? Because Superman knows no fear. Fair play.
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be Superman's fear we're talking about here. You know, so it's that kind of thing.
But that was the thing. One of the versions of Darkseid is that he will prey on Superman's weakness.
Yeah.
He'll come in, and the thing he'll do is while he's trying to take over the world, in order to defeat everyone, he needs to take on their fear, their biggest insecurity. And Superman's biggest insecurity is his love for his people he loves. His people he loves, his feelings for that, and his fear that one day he won't be able to save them.
Yeah.
So what happens when Superman has to save Lois and Mark Kent at the same time?
Yeah. But
and all he needs is that little bit of doubt is all Darkseid needs.
You want a nightmare scenario? Give Darkseid a yellow ring.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's what it was. Where you're glad you're in a separate universe.
It's like giving the Hulk a fucking red ring.
Yeah, but it's
but it's Hulk a monster of rage, giving the ring of rage.
Not a good plan.
Yeah. But it's that idea. Sorry, it's that idea of having these things which aren't built to go on. I mean, starting not tomorrow, but the day after, these are the 1st of June. We have a 30-day superhero challenge starting, which all the posts will be.
Which I immediately regret giving any reasons for my answers because they were all taken away.
Yes,
because it was literally just.
The reason why is because that's fine if I get all three of us giving reasons.
Yeah. It's like the one I saw briefly.
I can add it because I still have all your explanations.
Yeah. I looked at the queue and I was like, oh, it's 30 on the queue. I was like, maybe there's some like not all of. I didn't think it was a challenge because I didn't think you'd do them all.
Yeah,
I thought you'd do it.
I did them all in one night.
Yeah, I thought you'd do it like you did last time, like, the weeks.
Yeah. That's what I thought I was going to do.
Yeah. So I'm like, 30, what the fuck's got 30 things in the queue for?
Yeah.
So I looked and went, it's the challenges. And the first one that came up was the villain that we most want to be.
Yeah.
And I remember sending my one, right? And I remember sending it, my villain.
Yeah.
And giving an explanation of what I'd want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what would be really cool to see. And bosses, and I put on it, and I see it, and bosses just put our names in the villain's name. I'm sitting going, I'm sure I wrote more than that.
Yeah, because I won't say what it is, but like things like it's the day 2 challenge. We all gave a reason. Mine and Adam's were very, very simple. Yours didn't get a bit more complex, but the gist of it was best there is at what he does, and the full. I mean, to give the full quote, it's because he's the best. He's the best there at what he does, and what he does isn't nice.
Yeah.
I still have the conversation you made, though, so I've still got everything. So I'm happy to put that on there.
No, man. Cool.
It's actually why your name comes last in these particular challenges. It's because I knew you might want the explanations put on. So I put your name last, so if it is, I can just put it at the bottom.
I need to change one of the answers.
That's well, I will kill you, but that's not a problem.
No. Pictures need to change or anything like that. It's just the actual thing.
Right, okay. But so look forward to that. I think that's the other thing as well, because I've been wanting to do a 30-day challenge for my own personal blog. I know you have as well, because you asked me to send you that.
Yeah, I've been one in ages.
Yes, I mean...
And the last one I did was comics.
Yeah.
So I might do a Marvel one and then a DC one, or maybe an Avengers one, because there's a cool Avengers one out there.
What I can't decide is, do I want to just reblog these as they're posted, as my 30-day challenges, or do I want to do my own separate one? The same one, but separate one. And that's the problem. Like, here's the thing about Doctor Who, right? I've been watching...
You're a huge Who fan.
I was watching... it's like, do you know why I don't call myself a Whovian? Because a lot of them are cunts about it. And they're like, I had a Whovian...
There's all fandoms like that.
And I had this argument with my fiancée as well, right? I had a Whovian tell me, I've been watching it since it started, and I went, who was the first Doctor? And they went, well, I've been watching it since Eccleston. I'm like, he wasn't anywhere near the first Doctor. I've been watching it since the first fucking Doctor!
Can we just stress that you've watched it since the first Doctor during repeats?
Yeah.
Not during syndication.
It wasn't in America. They didn't get that shit. You know what I mean? But
America didn't love the Doctor till Tennant.
Yeah. You see, I was lucky to be in a time where you could still see the first fucking ones, you know, before they got destroyed by the BBC. But
were they released on the...
a lot of the originals have actually been lost, destroyed. It was accidental, I think. But I have seen, I've seen each Doctor, right? Yeah. And I'm not proud of it, neither am I ashamed.
Sure.
It's a fact. That's like saying, I have seen every single episode of Star Trek Next Generation. I've seen every single episode. I'm neither proud nor ashamed. Do I like Star Trek Next Generation? Yeah. Did they have some shit episodes? Oh, did they?
Of course they did.
You should see pretty much season 1 is a write-off for me at some points, but the fact is,
But you stuck with it.
Friends, I've seen every single episode of Friends.
Yeah, there's some bad episodes.
Yeah, neither ashamed nor proud. It's just a fact. I saw a show where I'm going to check this shit out, And, annoyingly, if before somebody asks me, yes, I've seen every single episode of Star Trek except Enterprise.
Is that where you give up?
Enterprise is where I gave up. Yes, I sat through Voyager.
Lost in space.
Yeah. But, Voltaire didn't write a song about Enterprise, and there's a good reason why. But, it wasn't out then. But, I hate Whovian to say, like, oh, you're not a real fan. I'm like, excuse me. Were you there when Baker was the Doctor? What about, Sylvester McCoy? All these, and people are just like, well, I watch it retroactively now. So, yeah, you watch it retroactively now, but don't start getting on your fucking high horse.
Yeah, but there's all them fuckers and fandoms.
No, that's what drives me mad. It's like...
DC comics are one of the worst ones.
A lot of Whovians are Doctor Who hipsters. Where they're like, it's like, I feel like the fucking Vietnam vet going, you weren't there, man, you weren't there.
Comic book fans are the worst ones.
I imagine they would be.
You can't get into comics at a certain point. You can't do this. You can't be a real fan if you've never read this. You've never read that. Yeah. You can't be a real fan if you've got a pair of tits.
Yeah.
If you're a chick, you can't be a real comic fan.
I hate that phrase. You can't be a real fan.
Well, I hate that fucking phrase.
I know.
You're not a comic book fan if you watched the movies and then went and got a comic book.
Yeah.
Well, no, you are.
Yeah, that's like
you know why? Because that sparked your interest enough to go to a store and buy a comic.
It's like some twat said that I wasn't a fan of Shakespeare because I hadn't read all of his works. It's like, have you tried reading all of his works?
Fuck, I want to kill myself.
What about? And I'm like, what about his poetry? And the same guy was like, going, he wrote poetry. I'm like, he's a bard. But getting back to the thing, I would do a Doctor Who one, but I just don't think it'd be as interesting. First of all, I've got to remember. So I don't even know what my favourite episode is because it's...
Well, we did a TV one, didn't we?
We did a TV one, yes.
Separately, of course. But we did
separately, yeah. I'll have to go back in the archive. But I couldn't decide, right, do I want to just reblog this one? Because it's got my name on it, SteveJones313. Or do I want to do it separately so it's my own thing and I can, like you, go into an explanation? And I'm thinking, like...
You got to change some of the questions anyway, didn't you?
Yeah, because what I tend to do is when I get these... I find these 30-day challenges, I go into Google, go 30-day challenge, and see what's there. And if I can't find anything that I like, I'll enter a random word that all three of us like. So this one I wrote superhero, and Bush found this one. But not only was it badly written, but in fairness, don't think English was the mother tongue, so I'm not going to give him a hard time for it. You know, we live in a global world here. You know, that's kind of clues in the name. Globe and world. Not everyone speaks English. But some of the questions were kind of the same, and some of the questions we've answered before. So and some of them were just boring to me. So I've tried changing it up.
Yeah, and plus there was ones that maybe you and Adam weren't so
exactly
favourite writer, favourite artist.
Exactly, favourite issue and stuff like that. So I changed it to try and make them more interesting as well. It's like with the wrestling one. We've done a wrestling one before where we found it online. It was on Facebook actually. You were the one that suggested we should do it in the first place. When we would on Total Marker, when Jesse was still part of the show in the first season, you suggested we do a 30-day challenge, but we did change some of them because some of them were like, well, Steve wasn't around for some of this stuff.
So we changed it and we got some good ones. And what happened is that people still reblog favourite diva.
Yeah. But the thing is, for the second, for the second season, I decided to take it upon myself to do the 30-day challenges. Whilst I'm like doing the editing and jazz, and I basically looked at all the ones we've done, and I decided to invent my own 30-day challenge for wrestling. So all the questions I put there, some of them have been asked before, but I wrote them all for that particular one. And I was thinking about doing something like that for the DC, the 30-day challenge for Shout, but then I found the superhero one, and it's great. But now I want to do one for myself, for my own blog. So I want to cut it for a blog. But I've done the problem with movies. You and me have sat down for like the show that we're still trying to work out.
Trying to work the kinks out.
For what the fuck are we watching? Yeah. We're going through all the movies I haven't watched, and it turns out it's a fucking mile long. There's not an. I could
throw a dart at my DVD cases and just go, you see that one, boss? No.
Yeah.
I own maybe over, I'm going to say, 300 films.
Yeah.
And boss has probably seen 30 of them.
Yeah, they're being a bit generous.
I am.
Yeah, but
Well, no, because I brought them over now.
So it's like, I've also done, I did a random one recently, which I think was, I did music, and I've done a TV one before in the past as well, which is a bit difficult to do, but I got through the TV one. Basically because that big magic box that are in people's rooms that display fictional pictures, I rarely use it. You know what I mean?
I've never offered.
I rarely use it. So, but the music one was easy enough. The music one's the easiest one I've ever done. Because I was like, yeah, I know that stuff. My big thing is I hate repeating answers as well. So like, if I get one which is like, okay, a song that makes you sad, okay, and what's a song that you like? But it's like, well, I like it, but it does make me sad, yeah. So stuff like that. So I'm still in the hunt for a 30-day challenge. But oh my god, there's One Direction 30-day challenge.
Yeah, well, any fandoms there is, isn't there, you know? Just because we don't like it doesn't mean they can't do it.
I'm still up for one. I might just write my own. But I saw one, right? Day 5. Write about a moment where you almost killed yourself. Oh, well, thank you very fucking much. That's what I fucking need when I saw Rick McBride. The time you hurt yourself. I want to go through these ones and find...
It's a 30-day picture one.
Oh, no, because it's things like post a picture of you and your partner, and my lass wouldn't be happy with that because she values your privacy. Because I think my lass is getting a lot far more popular on her live stream and all that jazz, which you can find on my list of subscriptions. Actually, no, you can't because she's made herself private, but you can find through my my Tumblr and all that stuff. I've advertised her in other places, but she doesn't. She very rarely shows her face. Because she's quite private, she tries to keep things private, and also her work doesn't allow her to show her face. Like if they ever find a show where she's showing her face and all that, they'll get fucking pissy because she's considered a representative of the store. It's fucking ridiculous. I couldn't give two shits here because somebody wait a minute, you've seen what I'm like.
Yeah,
I was get fired for the most bullshit of reasons. I was like, really? Okay. But I'm hopefully.
I'm King. I don't give a fuck.
Hopefully, I'll find under the city's channel. If not, I'll just invent one. I might take one of the depressing ones and just find a
castle crossover.
Yeah, but absolutely, yeah. But anyway, I think we've, I think we found everything we.
One last thing, the newest form of torture I came up with.
Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah, we can't leave it without that.
Right. Here's what we do.
Fucking hell, funk.
Firstly, it requires.
Oh, this requires no headphones in.
Right. Here's what you need to do. You need to. Firstly, do you remember? Do you remember Jelly Bath? It's all like gooey stuff you get. It was kind of like
Oh, you mean like the shower gel type things? That you get
it's this horrible gel. You're just like, what the fuck is this?
You get bugs in them.
Here's what you do, right?
Maybe some kids got.
You're gonna need a laptop with fully charged battery. You put it on a table in the corner of the bathroom. You duct tape the person's arm and legs so they can't move. Put them in the bath of jelly bath. And put on a DVD of a combination of every series of Big Brother, but only the bits where the housemates are sleeping, on a 24-hour loop.
They just fall asleep.
Oh no, you go in and you wake them up with a splash of water to the face every now and again.
Okay then.
Good night, everybody.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, I
I mean, you could put an octopus in there with them if you want.
There you go.
But then the octopus would die. Can't survive in the jelly.
Oh no, what you do is you put an octopus next to it in a bowl full of water, and it's kind of like...
It's a bit crowded in here.
There's an octopus...
Fuck me, you're talking octopus.
There's an octopus kind of there just going like, I'm an octopus, I'm intriguing. Then they're like...
It's in your face. Is the octopus, is that in your mind? Is the octopus going, I'm stroking your face?
And
No, not I'm sucking. I'm using
no, see, one is actually... What's it actually
your eyeballs out.
It's doing that and going, I'm stroking your face 8 times. La, 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 la.
Not I'm sucking your eyeballs out of your skull. Yeah.
Yes. I think it's a good time to wrap up the show. Time for me to go cook some chicken.
Sounds good to me.
So, from the founder of the show,
Hello! Good night, everybody!
the Lord Walker one, the professional, I always say the professional, the pirate pimp, the suited up Sith, and the apprentice to, of course, Darth Geek, patron saint, socially awkward, maniacal Mark, dictator of DC, master of Marvel. What was the other one for Dark Horse Comics? Can't remember.
Duke of Dark Horse?
No, that was Duke of Weebs.
Of course, he is the Lord Protector, the King of the Geek Realm. Geek King.
And he is, of course, the Lord, the hand of the King, the Warden of the North.
Yeah, and
Sir Walker.
oh, by the way, if anyone's wondering, because I have had questions since our last episode.
What's the Geek King?
You know, I've had questions for the last, only for the last episode of our show, but from Total Market. I'll clarify now. I'm hosting the next quiz.
Oh,
I actually had questions saying, yeah, but who's hosting the next quiz? Who's challenging Geek? It's like I'm hosting the next 2 quizzes.
I'm never doing the quiz again.
It wasn't your fault. It was right. Before I leave on this point, I'll tell you, if you guys don't watch the wrestling podcast, hashtag Total Market, it was a quiz
You
last
should
week.
watch it, and you should feel bad for not watching it.
No,
Sorry, Geek.
sorry.
At the end, we had the quiz, and me and Geek were at 6 points each until the last round.
Which I didn't know about.
The last round, we had to name the wrestling. We had to name the wrestling wrestler that had the wrestling move, right?
Yeah, Funk told us the finishing move. We had to say the wrestler.
Yeah, and the problem was Geek was just going, "Bop, right that way, bop, bop, bop." He could buzz in quicker than I can because he was just that quick. He was on the ball. I got so pissed off with myself for not being able to keep.
It might have been the other way around.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
It was the other way around.
All right, but I was so pissed off with Geek for not being able to keep up with Geek that I absolutely blew up. At one point, I walked out to catch my breath, walked back in, and I was so pissed off. The problem is, Adam thought I was pissed off with him.
Yeah, it got to this weird moment where we're all just kind of sitting in the room, just going like, "Rah!"
Okay.
Yeah.
That moment, I'm not sorry for Geek, we're just going like, "So do I win?"
I win, right?
Yeah, yeah, you do.
It was. I was. That's the thing. People think, "Oh, he's pissed off with me." It's like, no, I might be at myself.
Yeah, because I was sitting there, and, like, what I was doing in my head was what Boss was doing in his head as well, but not as quick as me, not to sound arrogant.
Yeah.
Is that Funk was telling us the wrestler.
Yeah.
So by the time the first name had come out,
yeah,
I'd already got it ready. So when the second name came out, and it was the finish of the question, I could go boom.
Yeah. Whereas I was listening for the full name in one go before I was thinking it. So yeah, it was. So I'm hosting the next quizzes. They are going to be very light-hearted. The rest, the Total Market one, the total. You're begging for trouble. The Total Market one is definitely going to be very, very light-hearted as well. So, from all of us, we say thank you for joining us on Hashtag Show. We will see you next week on the Weekly Debate Discussion Show. Hashtag Show.
Shout.